fish and things like that. So it's all over the place.
Yeah. You live in an apartment?
Yes.
Well, why don't you have a designated area?
I do. I tried a year ago. I tried to specifically have it in the front room. I used my couch as a display, but since then it's gone to the bathroom, my sister's room. My dog sometimes has hair in his fur, so it's a little crazy.
Yeah. Well, what's your name, Shanita?
Yes.
You're not gonna have a man much longer. You gotta tighten it up some kind of way because it's unfair to him. Does he help pay the rent?
Yes. Actually, he pretty much pays everything. My side job is kind of, you know, like cell phone bills and things here and there, so.
Oh, yeah. 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 Gotta get this hair in a damn box. You got to get this hair in a box. Because you and this hair, y'all paying cell phone bills.
Yeah.
Come on now, what you doing? This got to go, though.
Okay.
What is this right here, though? What is look like the Christmas decoration? What is that?
Those are like rhinestones, and I decorate my bundle boxes with it.
What is this right here? What is...
I can't really see that. Oh, that's the wrapping paper. It looks like a Christmas gift or a birthday gift. I want the girls to feel special, so I kind of like, I decorate it like perfect.
Okay. No, don't clap. Who buy that hair right there? You just got that much damn hair. You just... You can... I don't know what that little piece is right there. That's if you ain't got no hair. You just want a little ponytail. Just perfect hair. My mustache got more hair than that. My uncle got that much hair in his ear. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
We'll be right back, folks.
Coming up, wild and wacky stories ripped right from the headlines.
Is it right now?
All right, the news, folks, sometimes can be just downright depressing. I mean, you look at these news networks and you just go, wow, man. Is there anything going on that's really good? But then there are other times, there are those stories that are so out there, you can only think to yourself, what the hell? Today, we've rounded up a few of the most bizarre news stories for Is It Weird, ripped from the headlines. Let's meet R.C. and Sharon, whose family pet has become a media superstar, and a funeral home owner, Ryan, who's come up with an unusual way to say goodbye to the dearly departed. I have no idea what's going on. Weighing in is my buddy, clinical psychologist, Dr. John Duffy. That's my buddy right there. All right, let's start with R.C. and Sharon and check out how their beloved family pet landed them in the media spotlight.
I'm R.C. Bridges from Quinlan, Texas, and I'm better known as the Buffalo Whisperer, and we have a pet buffalo named Wild Thing.
Hey, Wild Thing. That's you.
Is this for real? R.C. and Sharon, how did you end up with a pet buffalo?
Well, we had a herd of buffalo, and one of the cows had mastitis, which means she couldn't give enough milk. So I had to take Wild Thing, which is our buffalo now, out of the herd. And anyway, I always wanted to train one. So I trained them to pull a chariot, plow a garden, and pull a canoe, and just anything I could think of. My boy's the first one to ever ski behind a buffalo on water skis. And anyway, Everything I think you do that's crazy, I do.
Wait a minute. Your boy is the first one to do what, RC?
Ski behind the buffalo and water skis, but it was on sand. We wasn't on the water.
And our daughter, snow sleds.
And your daughter?
Snow sleds.
Snow sled behind the buffalo.
Really?
Yeah. You want to try it? Or would you rather ride the canoe behind him?
I'm trying to figure out how you have buffalo in your house. That's the part. The buffalo comes in the house?
No, actually, it's hard to keep the buffalo out of the house.
Really?
If the door's open, he's in the house. We have birthday parties in the house for him.
Yeah.
He watches TV, and his favorite TV show is SpongeBob. he loves SpongeBob.
Yeah. He even makes a good best man. See, right there, he's our best man. But besides that, you know, I mean, they're extremely dangerous.
Huh?
They're extremely dangerous, though.
They're the most dangerous land animal in the United States.
Yeah, they're very dangerous. I wouldn't recommend anybody else doing this.
Duff, you want to weigh in on this?
I suppose.
Yeah. I got to go lay down.
This just gets weirder the more the story goes on.
I think it's weird.
A pet buffalo is...
You don't think it's
Yeah.
weird?
I mean, you bring your cats and dogs in the house, you bring the kids in the house, why not? Right? Right?
No, and I get your point, and I know people get attached to animals in different ways. I think we'll all agree that a buffalo is, you know, quantitatively and qualitatively different, right? I mean, it's more dangerous, it's more cumbersome, it seems a little frightening in a lot of ways, and yet you two seem very happy and comfortable with your buffalo, so it's hard not to endorse that it's a good thing for you. I think you're being very clear that it's not a good thing for everyone.
Well, I've been a rodeo clown, and I've run cattle ranches and worked with wild horses all my life, so it's kind of, I was being trained for years to do this and didn't know it.
Yeah.
Y'all crazy.
I won't tell you the truth about that.
But
Thank you.
I think you're loving people. I think you're nice. I think you're in a world that you got control of. I ain't mad at you. You know, whatever floats your boat. Duffy, what's the verdict? Is this weird or not?
I actually agree with you, Steve. I think you guys are loving people. I think you love your buffalo. I think you have this thing under control. Don't think for a second this isn't really, really weird, because I'm going to say, yeah, it's very weird, but it seems to work for the two of you.
Hey, man, I'm sure glad y'all made it. Y'all about two of the craziest people I've never met. But you're in love. And I like y'all, man. You got a beautiful wife, RC.
Yeah,
thank y'all. He says it's weird, and we got some crazy. Hey, thank y'all for coming. Coming up next, we're going to find out how Ryan's modernized the funeral process. You won't believe it. Probably I won't either. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. More true trending tales you won't believe.
A drive-through funeral home?
Yes.
The couple behind #HurtBay is back together for their first TV interview. Then, Steve and a panel of brave men get honest about why men cheat.
I had her like putty in my hands.
Stop blaming yourself for something that's wrong with him.
Tomorrow.
All right, I'm back with my buddy, clinical psychologist, Dr. John Duffy, as we continue Is It Weird, ripped from the Headlines edition. Next up is Ryan's story. He created a funeral home where the grieving can visit their dearly departed by drive-through. Really? A drive-through funeral home?
Yes, yes. I got the idea from a funeral home out in California where they did the same, and I thought it would be something new and unique to bring back to my hometown in Memphis. I've always been interested in the funeral industry, especially 7 years ago when my aunt passed. So I went back to school, pursued it. Been open just a little over a month, and the response has just been crazy from the community, from the local news stations. I mean, man, this thing just went viral. I believe it's perfect because it helps out those of us who lack mobility. It's a big convenience for those who don't want to deal with the hassle and the chaos of parking, having to walk in inclement weather. And it's a big help to those of us who are creeped out by the funeral homes. You know, you'll be surprised how many people just can't stomach going into a funeral home. So I was just wondering, is it weird to own a funeral home with a drive-through fueling?
Well, you came to the right place.
Well, Ryan, you know, I think that, you know, we should have seen this coming a long time ago. We have conveniences for so many different things, and I can imagine you think like, well, why not a funeral home, you know? But I think what gets missing in the translation is this intimacy, you know what I mean? I think there's something about the ritual, getting out of the car, going in and paying your respects. I think there's something important about that, and my fear with what you've got going here is that you miss out on some of that intimate connection and the intention of paying respects in the fullest way that you can to your loved ones when they need it the most.
So, like, okay, let me ask you this question. So, okay, so this is me. I'm in my car. I drive up. This the body right here. You owe me $40. Get your hands up of them. Okay, I'm sorry. Where's your mom? Where's his mom at? What do you think about all this?
Oh, it's overwhelming. I'm very proud of him. It is overwhelming. Very proud of him.
Uh-huh.
And I don't think it's weird. But I'm going to tell you, Steve, what is weird. What's weird is, look at him. Handsome, good looking. He doesn't have a wife.
I'll tell you, here, good. Hey, Mama, let me talk to Mama. How old is he?
He's 41.
Why don't I bring you back on the show?
Oh.
Because you're a good-looking guy. You know, you got a career.
Yes. Come on, let's get it up. Yes. Okay, come on, Steve, I'm listening. Let me help you out.
I'm going to bring him back on the show.
Okay.
What type of woman you looking for, man?
Wow, y'all just caught me off guard with this one. I wasn't ready for this one. I like a nice-looking woman, a woman just down to earth, humble, such as myself, you know. A woman that's gonna treat me like she wants to be treated.
That lady said, "Here I am, right here." Hey, Ryan, here I am. Stop all this hunting round. Yeah, okay, that's what we're gonna do. And we're gonna set something up. Dr. Duff, is this weird or not?
You know what, Ryan? You seem like a guy who's handling this whole thing with a lot of TLC, and I can tell you care about this a lot. I'm gonna say, no, I don't think this is weird.
I mean, you know, I think you got a great idea, man. Much continued success. And folks, we're going to have Ryan back on the show. So ladies out there, if you're an attractive woman and you're looking to meet an attractive man and you got something going on and you want to treat, obviously he's been hurt in his past. He's treated a woman nice and she done dogged him. So he looking for a woman that'll treat him the way she wants to be treated. That's what that means. Special thanks to Dr. Duffy. We'll be right back.
Coming up next, Steve has the stars from the hit BET drama, The Quad.
Let's talk about this new show because this thing is getting a lot of conversation. There's been some criticism. How do you all feel about that?
It is not a documentary.
Wow. Please welcome from The Quad, Anika Noni Rose and Ruben Santiago Hudson. What's up, darling? Hey, man. How y'all doing?
Good, good.
Good.
Anika, we've known each other before. You've done Disney.
Yes, I did. Yes,
With
I
me.
did. It was Princess and the Frog year, and so I met you down at the Disney Dreamers for the first time.
Ruben, we've never officially met. I learned that you played a small part in one of my favorite movies, Coming to America.
Yes, sir. That was my first movie.
Were you, let me see, one of the guys on the street that...
Yeah, I'm like, yo, man, you want to buy some toothbrushes?
That's
I got
what it is. Look, everybody...
That was when he had hair.
You had hair.
I had hair.
You had hair back then.
We can talk about that. You and I can talk about that.
Yeah. I had hair, too. When that movie was out, I had hair.
Cuba Gooding had hair because they was just cutting his hair in the chair. That's all he did. It was cutting his hair.
Sure did. Anika, you starred in Dreamgirls.
Yes.
So I know you love music. Let's talk about this new show because this thing is getting a lot of conversation about it, man. Quad on BET. Tell us about it.
Thank you. I play Dr. Eva Fletcher. She is very type A. She's a New Englander. She's from Connecticut. And the school that she is now working at is Georgia A&M, which is a fictional HBCU, which for those of you who don't know is Historically Black College University. And the men are very intimidated by her. Let me just say that.
No.
Let me just say that out loud. But also, you know, her job is to cut money from the school so that she can save the school, which is having a hard time. Financially, the biggest moneymaker at the school is the band, which is run by Ruben Santiago Hudson.
The band. Marching band.
The marching band.
I'm the director of the marching band.
Nemesis.
And I bring in the most money to the university, and the first thing she says is, we got to cut your money. And I'm like, all the money I'm bringing in? So I'm basically a man trying to hold on to what he's worked his life to get. Well, compelling drama.
Yes. And you got this off, because I'm not really understanding this, but there's been some criticism of the show. The president of Hampton University felt like the show was an inaccurate depiction of an HBCU. How do you all feel about that?
It is not a documentary. It's not.
Yeah, I mean, really.
It's not. We are representing people.
Yep.
We are speaking to young people who see themselves or their friends or their cousins. I've gotten tweets, you all make me want to go to an HBCU. We have a Google Scholar in the very first episode who's trying to get into the band, and she misses some event because she was at a coding meeting. Mm-hmm. We have a math genius who comes from the hood, who's still trying to sort of adapt to this new type of learning situation. These are not made-up things, but there are things that are made up because it's drama.
Yes, it's nighttime drama.
It's fun, and you want to sit and watch something that maybe is rooted in truth, but you've never had that experience, or you have.
Hey, listen, really proud of this show for you all. I think it's some great work, man. I think it has a lot, and just keep doing what you're doing. Don't worry about the criticism. It's coming anyway. The internet now lets anybody think they got a voice. Don't worry about that. Keep pushing, and y'all numbers say you'll be on TV, so don't worry about it.
Thank you.
Hey, folks, I want to say thanks to Anika and to Ruben. Be sure to catch The Quad Wednesday nights at 10, 9 Central on BET. We'll be right back.
After the break, a single mom of two gets the essentials of mastering the work-life balance.
The problem that's driving this is the fear of missing out. Have you heard about that before? FOMO?
No.
Hey, folks, you know, sometimes it feels like there's so much to do in so little time that your life is kind of spinning out of control. My next guest, Felicia, says that that's what's going on with her. She's going through this as a single mom, trying to raise 2 kids and maintain a demanding career. That's why I brought back the master of finding work-life balance, my friend and New York Times bestselling author of Essentialism, Greg McKeown. Yeah. All right, so Felicia, tell us a little bit about your struggles.
Okay, well, I'm a single mom, 2 children, and in order to position myself to better take care of them, I went to school. I got 2 master's degrees, and I wanted to set an example for them, and also, thank you, show them the value of education as well. And the thing about it is, the problem comes that I find myself often overstretched and stretched way too thin, so I miss out on a lot of things in their lives. They're going to be out of high school, or one's going in, but out of high school soon, and I want to enjoy them while I still have them with me.
Okay, what do you do for a living?
About 2 years ago, I was promoted to Chief of Staff to the Common Council President for the City of Buffalo. So with that became a lot of responsibility, which was new, like evenings, meetings, weekends, and because my boss is really on call and available to the community 24/7, it makes me have to be available to him 24/7. So it's rough. My baby girl, she had a school play a couple months ago, and I said I'm going to try my very best to get there, and I couldn't. Like I just couldn't leave work. I couldn't get out of it. So I was the whole time I'm like, oh my God. Just thinking that every time she's looking at the door, she's gonna be thinking that's gonna be my mom, and I'm like knowing it's not gonna be me because I couldn't make it. So that like broke my heart.
All right. Here's what we did. A few days ago, Greg met with Felicia at her home to see firsthand how hectic her life is. So let's check out how it went.
Steve wanted us to come and work with Felicia and help her get through to the next level of success. Felicia, how are you?
Every day there's something that I have to figure out. I work all day, but there's evenings, there's weekends, there's meetings.
So this is your home?
This is my home. I have 2 teenage children, and their schedules are equally, if not sometimes, even more busy than my schedules.
So the goal of today is to see if we can't just work through what's going on in your life and see if we can't design a way that works even better for you. It's important to be in Felicia's home to be able to understand who she is in her real environment. How is life working for you? Like, is it working?
And we're trying to make it work, but it's not quite working.
What is working for you?
I love my job. I mean, I love the things that I do. It's just some days it just kind of feels like I don't know if I'm coming or going. I'll forget something very routine that I have to do just because I'm so overloaded, so overwhelmed.
You got a great job, great kids.
I have great kids, but I don't see them.
The challenge is that the success part, the work part, is overwhelming the family part. What happens if you don't make a change?
I don't know. I'll just crash and burn, I feel like. I really want Greg to help me gain some balance so that I can still get done what I need to get done, but maybe shave off some things that don't necessarily have to be done.
When your mother is sacrificing, you know, she's working hard, what evidence do you see of it taking a toll on her?
After she drives me home from dance, it's like 11-something at night, and I'll get out, and she'll be in the car asleep.
You'll be asleep in the car?
Yeah, my grandmother would be like, where's your mom? I'll be like, oh, I think she's still in the car. I'll go outside and she's asleep.
On average, what do you think you're getting sleep-wise?
5-6 hours. So, not too bad.
Not too bad. It's easy for people to believe that 1 hour's less sleep equals 1 hour more productivity. But what you actually get is 1 hour less being really present for the whole day. Is she able to come to everything that you do, or does she sometimes miss the things
Sometimes she misses stuff.
And how do you feel when these things are going on?
I feel annoyed.
What do you want for her?
I want just for her to be happy.
What's most important to Felicia is living deliberately so that she can really focus on these moments with her children and be there in the now. I'm saying the obvious thing. You're a success. You've got a great job. You've got great children. But sometimes success isn't a great teacher.
Right.
I just have a series of exercises that I think are going to really help Felicia to be able to design a life that really matters.
Felicia, I guess I'm kind of crazy. I'm a visual guy. You know, I just kind of noticed in the picture. Thought I saw a Christmas tree.
Oh.
Is your Christmas? Oh, it is.
Oh, well,
it's still up.
Well, you know, the thing is, I was going to take it down, but by the time I decided to take it down, it was almost Thanksgiving. So I said, we might as well. Christmas is coming right around.
You got ready to take it down, it was almost Thanksgiving.
Well, when I had time to even think about taking it down.
But you see, here's the thing, is that there's the Christmas trees, literal Christmas trees, but then there's the other kinds of Christmas trees in our lives that are things that we've just got so used to being there that we don't even see them anymore.
That's true.
Yeah, that's what it is. Greg got through his assessment. Up next, he's walking Alicia through the practical steps of essentialism, and we'll find out if she can make a full turnaround when we come back. Before the break, we saw my friend and author of Essentialism, Greg McEwen, begin to help Felicia balance her demanding job with being a single mom. The challenge was daunting, but Greg wasn't going to let her back down. So let's check it out.
Okay, so we've talked about a few different things, but I wanted to just try and make a bit of a plan together.
Okay. Greg is telling me about how I've just been kind of stuck in this rut. Him calling attention to it is like really a wake-up call.
Over here, the problem that's driving this is the fear of missing out. Have you heard about that before? FOMO?
No.
We're just so full of this old way of thinking. You know, everything's important. The life of a non-essentialist looks like this.
My days look like that sometimes.
So therefore, my task in life is to figure out how to make it all fit. What would the few things be that you really want to invest your time on?
I would choose to make my children a home-cooked meal. To have somebody present you with more choices, it may seem a little small, but it really resonated with me.
When I look at this, the thing that is so clear to me is that what you need in your life is more buffer.
More buffer.
Do you know what I mean when I say that?
I don't.
Rather than just tell you, I want us to learn about it together.
All right.
Felicia is now ready for the next exercise. She's ready for the next level of learning, and it's going to be great. The goal is to go from here to your work without stopping. Stop signs are an exception to that,
I was
right?
gonna say. With the buffering, you have to really automatically start pulling back well before because you don't know how much space and time you have until you get right up on that next car.
Whenever you're taking something on and you say, oh, I can do that in 8 minutes, add a 50% buffer.
Okay.
If she slows down a bit, create some buffer, the journey is smoother. And that's the idea here. See, there you go, you're getting it now.
I don't recognize those glasses.
Who is it? Who's this down here?
I think it's my boss.
You think this is your boss?
I think so.
We're gonna go have a conversation with him.
Let's see if it's him.
Felicia and I are talking about how we can negotiate with our managers. And then as we're coming into the city center, he is literally outside City Hall. I said, well, let's go talk to him. What do you say to Felicia about what she's supposed to do with her day, with her life?
Honestly, we really do have these conversations often. And if you make sure things are in place and have more of a bird's eye view than being the bird on the ground, life then becomes a little sweeter.
It was almost like he was teaching and preaching essentialism to her. It was a beautiful moment.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure to meet you. That was a fabulous moment.
I know it was. I did not expect to see my boss down here. I thought he was going to be gone for the day already, so that was crazy.
I just want to leave you today on the idea of what your 100-year vision is in the future.
Okay.
Essentialism, although it's applied in the here and now, is really about this very long-term impact that's possible. Okay, so do your homework.
Okay.
And then we'll see you back in the studio with Steve Harvey.
Okay. I didn't quite know what I was looking for, but I know I needed something different. So Greg coming here today helped me identify some things that'll make a huge difference and really impact my life positively.
So great to be with you today.
Good to be with you as well.
All right, Felicia, how do you feel since you had this session with Greg?
Things have actually been great since I've had the session with Greg. He gave me some strategies that I was actually able to use and implement immediately after meeting him and spending the day with him. One of them in particular that has helped, because people say that I'm late often. Before, I would just leave out at that exact time to give me that exact amount of time. But he taught me to put a 50% buffer time in there. So you take an additional 50% to add to that time and give yourself that much time because, you know, so many unforeseen things can happen. So I've been using that, and it's really been useful and great.
Yeah. Wow. Hey, Felicia's kids are in the audience. Jai and Janiyah, welcome to the show. What kind of changes have you noticed at home?
You go first.
I really noticed when her phone rings or she gets a text message and it's something that she has to do for work, she usually go right away and text in, oh, what do I have to do? What do I have to do now? She'll let her wait for a minute, then she'll go reply, say, I'm with my kids right now, or I'm out, I'm not at work right now, put this to the side, and it has given us more time to be together as a family.
That's great. You know, for you, it's what I learned from the book. And the favorite part of the line, if people are always monopolizing your time for their own personal agendas, and they always make you feel like what they got to do is so important and you've got to be the one to do it for them. No, you don't. If they didn't know your phone number, what would they do? That's what I learned. Hey, I want to say thanks to Greg and Felicia. Hey, listen, listen, get a copy of this book. It really, really helps you, especially if you feel swamped. You feel like you just your life is just full, man, and you can't manage it all. It's a great book. It's in stores now, Essentialism. We'll be right back.
The couple behind #HurtBay is back together for their first TV interview. Then, Steve and a panel of brave men get honest about why men cheat.
I had her like putty in my hands.
Stop blaming yourself for something that's wrong with him.
Tomorrow.
All right, everybody, we've got time for just one more thing. Now, everybody knows a do-it-yourselfer. You all know people. Some people can take trash and turn it into a treasure. The pictures you're about to see are not from those types of handy folks who know what they're doing. These are people who got no business doing anything by themselves. In fact, these are some of the worst do-it-yourself photos that we could find on the internet. Okay, the first one right here, I'm gonna just, before it pop up, this is what you do if you can't find a chair. All right? That's a guy. That's just a guy. How lazy can you be? All right? You just don't want to fork out the money to buy a new unit. Wall unit? Well, you can do what this guy did. Take the TV out the box and then cut the box out. This was in this, and he just cut it out and made his own home unit. Bookshelf, speakers, it's all there, folks. All right, you got an AC unit, but it don't reach your window. Ain't no problem. Do this. Do you know what all the hell can go wrong with this right here? This is one of my worst ones. Is that the worst right there? Hey, folks, that's it for this hour. Catch me on Twitter at I'm Steve Harvey. We'll see you back here soon, folks.